Welcome to Historic Traditional here in Winter Park and this stunning, fully remodeled property by Farina Sons Incorporated. This house was taken down to the studs and a historic preservation quality was maintained from start to finish. It surrounds this 300-year-old camphor tree, and you're definitely going to want to check out the interesting details and strict historic guidelines this build adhered to. So stay tuned for the full tour and hear from the builder on this year's Parade of Homes. The Parade of Homes, we're bringing it to you in 2022, featuring the best of new and remodeled homes in Orlando. My name is Justin, and as your host and MC, I get to tour you through some of this year's entries. This is the 2022 Parade of Homes. As you step through this gate, it's like you're transported to a different time period, with a combination of architectural detail, historic Winter Park society preservation. This flagstone walkway just kind of invites you underneath that 300-year-old camphor tree to this wraparound southern porch. An impressive lot size, the Florida vernacular rambling style. We're gonna go take a look at it and also hear from builder Victor Farina on the details they had to endure on this project to stay current to that historical society. So parts of this home were existing throughout the years. It's got these different sections, and yet it all kind of flows together very nicely. The garage comes in from this way, but we're going to go through the main entrance door and the back side of this tree. This looks like wood siding. It's actually a concrete hardy product. And we're stepping on reclaimed brick from Chicago, stepping through the solid wood door. Right away you can see these real wood flooring, reclaimed. This goes through to I call it a library. It's a great sunroom. The space really brings the outdoors in. You can see out to the lush landscape. And this opens up to a gorgeous kitchen and so much natural light. As you can see, all the rambling rooms connect, and each one has its own unique character. Here we have a vaulted ceiling with tongue and groove woodwork, all overlooking the pool, and just inviting you to come back to the heart of the home, this kitchen with built-in high-end Thermador appliances. This soapstone countertop extends all the way up to the backsplash and even includes the wainscoting style cuts. Here's something you don't see in most homes these days, a true history of the property dating back to the early 1900s and how it evolved over time. The architect shown here from Ohio had quite the project on their hands to keep that history and bring it up to today's modern standards. Going past this lanai, which I love, a nice bar station, and a whole nother inviting great room, 360 degrees of windows surrounding this space, taking into account the vegetation, the location, all of it preserved and maintained. I love what the interior designer has chosen for this palette. It's neutral and calming, yet slightly eclectic. It looks authentic. So this is really cool. So first of all, you've got this phantom screen here and skylights. So you're bringing in light, yet you're covered from the rain. A real wood-burning fireplace right there, and it's all overlooking the pool. Yes, there's still space for a pool here. A large lap pool, volleyball pool with a sun shelf. Goes down to the summer kitchen. You even have the matching white cabinetry and darker soapstone here. Just imagine entertaining back here as you take a look down this hallway. You just see all the structures that are located on this one home site. You would never know this was all back here, and just the look and feel. So let's take a moment to hear from builder Victor Farina to talk about some of the key elements that went into this build. Victor, thank you for joining us today on this Parade of Homes video.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. The home was originally built in 1905. At that time, the home was really in two halves, and this road that you see out here went this way through the house and then back towards the lake. Right now, it stands a little bit over 7,300 square feet. There was very old termite damage that needed to be repaired and water damage. And you really could not tell, as you could imagine, with many of these homes until you get everything gutted. It did have a pool that we took out of the ground, and we put a new one in.
Now, I understand that the homeowners, as well as some of the previous owners of this home, they really put a precedent on the preservation of the historical nature of the home.
First of all, there was a really beautiful style that was with the home to begin with. But as I said before, it had been renovated so many times, there was bits and pieces of it that were more pure, and a lot of it was not. It was a large effort to make sure that we kept the health of the tree on an everyday basis, making sure it was going to be in good shape. And as you can see now, time has passed and it's doing just fine. The tree is appropriately named Mi E Taw, and the homeowner is just absolutely was a must to keep this tree as intact as we could. And what's really outstanding about it is between the architecture and the design of the home, and of course the build, how it really just nestles around and just works itself around this tree.
And with a project like this, I have to imagine that there was some opportunity for recycled, reclaimed, refurbishment.
Yeah, there was. The floor that you're standing on is a yellow pine reclaimed floor. The original floor was a pine flooring, and of course there was different degrees of how that pine flooring was able to survive in the original versus new. But we did find the original flooring, pine flooring from 1905. We sanded it down a little bit and put it on the ceiling in the back when you walk in from the garage area.
What's your favorite feature about this build?
My favorite feature truly has to be this whole kitchen side over here. It's really fabulous the way it turned out, up into the living room. They built a wonderful cabana out there for all their summer kitchen or their summer cooking needs. It took a little while to get the placement of that cabana where we wanted it. Also, you'll notice about the cabana, it matches the existing home. Anything from the siding to the fascia board to the crown mold to the trim. This house, as we did our demo to it, was not in good shape, and we had to go back right to the inch of where we started with and where it was approved to be because of the layout of this home. So my supervisor, Brian Beach, did an unbelievable job controlling that whole effort around here. My staff at the office was able to support him and the homeowner and the design team and the architect as well. So you can see we're bringing those textures that you would see, of course, way back up into be it brand new. Of course, the whole house is energy efficient. That goes with all of that. Even down to the hardware that we selected. Some of it we were able to take off some of the original hardware that we found that was true brass, and they were able to polish it up and clean it up for us, and we put it back on some of these doors.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for bringing some of your insight to these viewers. Let's get back to the tour. As we ramble down this back hallway, above us, you'll notice this pine thin wood. That was the original flooring from the house. They actually maintained it with a light sanding there, as you heard from Victor Farina. And down below, it's complemented by the new reclaimed wood. This makes for a great office. And you have this additional entry space going up to what I call a guest apartment. It's got its own little kitchenette, bedroom, bathroom. The style of this original wood arched door. Great contrast to the aluminum roofing and wood look white siding all wrapped around that tree. Let's take you up to this guest space. So up here, this is a great hangout spot. Windows wrapping around, a little kitchenette there. Takes you back to a guest suite with sitting area. Great use of space. This house has more square footage than you think. And the lot is a unique shape, but they really took advantage of the privacy that this lot offers in a great spot of Winter Park. Laundry spaces and mud rooms and all those things that you need for your family to live comfortably while keeping the dramatic spaces nice and accessible. And everywhere you look, little details, fit and finish that make a big difference. As we enter this calming primary suite that just feels like a treehouse. You're perched up well above the lush landscape, and look, you're one with nature here, yet protected and calming in your efficient, brand new structured home. Nice clean master bathroom, his and her sinks, large shower, again, taking in the nature aspect, yet with complete privacy. Good sized closet. This actually wraps all the way through that door back to the hallway. And on this opposite side of the main upstairs, you have two en-suites for kids, for guests, nice and bright. This one has a cute little hideaway spot. Really nice space and size utilized in every corner of this house. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of this Farina Sons entry for the 2022 Parade of Homes. This year is a little bit of a challenge with all the supply chain issues, but we're happy to present some of this year's entries. If you'd like more information about homes in the Central Florida area, you know how to reach me. Be sure and subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you on the next one.